Big alert for anyone living in the UK or planning to settle here. From September 2025, the rules for indefinite leave to remain are changing: longer residency, tougher income checks, stricter language tests, and new travel limits. If you're working towards permanent residency, these updates could completely change your timeline and your future. Indefinite leave to remain is the golden ticket for many people who have made the UK their home. It allows you to live, work, and study without restriction, and it's often the final step before British citizenship. But the government has now decided to tighten certain requirements while also adding new obligations for applicants. The goal, according to officials, is to strengthen integration, encourage self-sufficiency, and ensure that only those who are fully committed to life in the UK can secure this valuable status. One of the most noticeable changes is the increase in residency requirements. Previously, many categories allowed applications after 5 years of lawful residence. Now, for some visa routes, that threshold has been raised to 6 years. This is particularly relevant for those who came on work visas or family routes. The government argues this ensures that applicants have a longer and stronger connection to the UK before securing permanent settlement. Critics, however, say this move adds uncertainty and delays for people who have already built stable lives in the country. Another important update involves the financial requirements. From September 2025, applicants will need to demonstrate higher income levels or savings when applying for ILR. This is meant to confirm that individuals and families can support themselves without relying on public funds. The exact figures depend on the visa category, but in most cases, the minimum income thresholds have been raised significantly. For many families, this will mean extra planning, more savings, and in some cases, delaying their application. English language requirements have also become stricter. While a certain level of proficiency was already mandatory, the bar has now been raised. Applicants will need to demonstrate stronger speaking and writing skills, showing not just the ability to communicate but also to integrate fully into British society. For some, especially older applicants or those from non-English speaking backgrounds, this could be one of the biggest hurdles. At the same time, the government has introduced new exemptions for vulnerable applicants, which means certain people may not have to meet the higher standard. Another major update is around the continuous residence requirement. Previously, applicants could spend a limited number of days outside the UK without breaking their residency eligibility. Under the new rules, these allowances have been reduced. This means if you're frequently traveling for work, business, or personal reasons, you'll need to be extra careful not to exceed the new, tighter limits. This has already raised concerns among global professionals who split their time between different countries. One positive change, however, is the introduction of faster processing options. For the first time, the government is offering a new priority settlement service for ILR applicants, allowing decisions in as little as 2 weeks for an additional fee. While this won't apply to everyone, it could be a huge relief for families and workers who need certainty quickly. For many, the big question is, how will this affect the path to British citizenship? Since ILR is often the required step before naturalisation, the stricter requirements here will naturally filter into who can eventually apply for citizenship. It also means applicants will need to start preparing much earlier, ensuring their finances, language skills, and travel records are all in order. So, what should you do if you're planning to apply for ILR soon? First, check your timeline carefully, because if you were expecting to qualify in 5 years, you may now need to wait longer. Second, review your financial records and make sure you meet the new thresholds. Third, start preparing for the tougher English language requirements, taking practice tests or courses if necessary. And finally, be mindful of your travel pattern so you don't risk breaking the continuous residence rules. These changes, effective September 2025, mark one of the biggest updates to the UK settlement process in years. While the government says they are designed to strengthen the system, many migrants feel the hurdles have just become much higher. Either way, one thing is clear: if you're serious about building your future in the UK, preparation and awareness are more important now than ever before. Stay informed, plan ahead, and give yourself the best chance of success.